biggest things that stand out to me so far.
Ready for battle.
Back. Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Winston report. Hello. Long time.
Alright, biggest things. I'm not too opposed to the idea of like following your monkey around. I want to set up big crossfires. So like pharmacies on right side, so it makes a decent bit of sense to just like back up your monkey. Just keep in mind you don't want to be like directly next to him. You want to like drift away from him. The other thing that stands out, I mean, like just have like no respect for the enemy in terms of like cover, in terms of like LOS, right? So right here, the monkey and the mercy. A couple seconds, right? This mercy is gonna duck behind the cover, right? It's gonna walk out, right? Problem is, against good players, they're gonna see this and they're just gonna kill you because you left your cover, right? You're sort of the monkey zoning them right now, which is why you don't actually die for this. But like against better opponents, this Genji will like punish you. The monkey will jump at you. He won't burn bubble here like an idiot. There will be a lot of things that will happen as soon as you like walk out of this show. Sort of asking you to die when you do this. So like, yes, you want to shoot the mercy by like doing this, right? Or like wrapping back around like this. But you don't shoot the mercy by walking out, right? Is the big I'm trying to stress. Right. So the monkey jumps at you. It's your flash.
Now,
Gets away, right? And then like you're under pressure, right? And against a good opponent, right? This Genji would be much better set up, or the Hanzo, and one of them would land a shot on you and you die, right? He failed. Not dead. You're also not getting healing because like of how you're playing. But again, you see what you're doing, right? Instead of playing here, you got to a solid position. Tried the monkey jump. Low in health, but so you get to here. So this is good. This is actually a good spot we want to be in. After all of that, all that mess, this is a normal spot. And then you're gonna walk out, and you're just gonna hold, I think, D the entire time. Holding D. And it took you from here all the way to here, where you're once again right back in the middle of things. Hanzo's on the flank, he can shoot. Genji's behind you, he can shoot you. Diva's in front of you. Ana can nade you. Like it's just horrendous. Like you don't want to be here. This feels terrible. Just looking at it, it's like ugh. If there's a nade, like an honest love nading hogs. I'm sure from experience as like someone probably plays like hog at some point. And if you play next to hog, you're sort of asking to get purple. Instead of just playing here where you're nice and safe, right? Without like fear. If the Hanzo starts poking at you, right? Duck around, right? Now you're safe in the Hanzo too, and you can start poking the backline, right? A bunch of stuff you can do. But you don't want to be out in the open. That's the worst possible place. And so you run back. You spend all this time and energy going back, right? Just don't need to go that way in the first place. I think you were just tunneled really hard at aiming at the mercy, but it's important that you understand that like there's no difference shooting the mercy from here as opposed to here. Literally no difference. You just shoot her. You don't even need to move. That's how like you just need to not like walk into the point. Just chill in your strong position. Look how easy that kill is. Sit in a strong spot. And then the thing is, you just immediately walk back out, right? Immediately give up your strong. And then you go flank this guy, which is good, but if you're just here to begin with, right, you see that, and you flank, and you're way less visible doing it. First, you can actually see you doing this. Again, right, you can shoot here, right, but you have no flashbangs, so there's a lot less reason to chase like this. You can also just cut her off right here, like, get the mini if you need it. Back as she runs. Like a run into
This is
them.
not your time.
Look where she died. She died like. Died here, right? Right there. And if you were here, you could shoot her just as easily without exposing yourself and without being on point and while controlling a more important part of the map.
I'm on fire.
I'm not
Thank you,
nervous.
kind.
So what you're trying to do. It's a super risky play. Why is it risky? Well, first of all, saw Junkrat, and whenever you have a Junkrat walking through a narrow quarter, rough, and then walking back out through the narrow quarter, also rough. And second, if you look at what your team's doing, right? Your team's not really set up to take a fight around this corner. Your team wants to fight here. So you want to do is want to flank through here, which you can, right? You need to chill here. You need to wait for the enemy team to walk past you, right? Or like chill here or something. As the enemy team walks past you this way, right? Then you can walk in through here and get the backdoor flank. You can fight anyone who tries to flank through here. If someone tries to flank through here while your team's fighting over there, you get a free kill because you're flashbang. But the big problem is like you're walking through when there's nothing else for the enemy team to look at, right? Besides the monkey. And the monkey is about to leave, right? Now you're stuck here through a hallway and like they're very likely to take 2 jump, die outright. You get out, but you take damage, and again, you don't really want to take damage on these, because like healers at whatever elo you're at are probably not very good. And then also, like you need HP to hold down your flank, right? Like again, there's just no need to do that. You didn't get anything off that, right? Accomplished nothing. Might as well just not have done anything. That probably would have been better, right? Again, leaving, right? We don't back out this way, right? Get behind cover fast. This way. This way, where you're now in the open, and the Hanzo gets a freebie on you, right? He doesn't hit anything, right? But he has a free shot, right? Against better players, you'll die. And imagine again, right? You're the Hanzo, and you come out over this wall, right? And there's a McCree here. Like, how do you deal with the McCree and also your team? It's impossible, right? But if he came out over here and he's right here, he can just potentially kill you and then run away, right? But instead, right, you're able to run him down. But imagine if you're just chilling here, waiting for him, while you walk into him with flashbang, you win. This is when you should be flanking. This is when you should be flanking, right? The enemy team is pushed into your space. Junkrat is in the longer can push them, right? Flashbang on the Ana, right?
Rocket barrage incoming.
Hey, look at that. Wow, so respectful. How do you go from 10
Much obliged.
Ash. Really aggressive. So aggressive. Problem is, it's very hard to get out from there, right? Usually, if you get stuck here, what you do is drop out this way, run back down these stairs. Death. Faster players. Is this game a hard roll? Hard rolls.
I'm on fire.
Actually, it's not really good. Round. This fight's still going. This fight. What? Again, you shouldn't be out here. It's far. I knew. Whatever. Get back. So instead of going back towards point where you're going to outflank, you go back this way. That on your. Again, like, how do you die? It's because there's a on this side, this on this side, right? And it's because you didn't back up towards one of the edges of the concave. Put yourself square in the middle of it. It's the only one they have to shoot, and you're the highest value target anyways. They'll just shoot you.
Rocket barrage incoming.
I am operating at peak performance.
I've got unfinished business.
Enemies re-engaging.
Again, where are you standing, right? Open with your back to a wall, so you have nowhere to go, right? You want to play this point, you can, right? But play the edges, right? Here, here, here. Round if you want to get flanky with flashbang. Right? There's a bunch of stuff you can do, right? You can go around the left side of the map. Go with flashbang, right? But whatever you do, like Ilios Well is a box that's also a giant pit of death. The point is one of the worst places you can be on any map. This particular spot right here. So, want to do everything you can. Just play the edges of the point, outsides of the point. The one contesting. To win the fight, and you win the fight by not dying, right? Damage. Not, and you can't damage. Like You see how you're just walking straight in and there's nothing else to go on, so he goes on you and then kills you?
You're powered up. Get in there.
Again, I'm still ignoring him, by the way. Again, this guy's not going to kill you. This guy is. Please look at this. Also, use cover. Over here, he literally cannot punch you, right? Here, he literally cannot punch you. You're here, so now he can punch you and you're going to die for it. You're still going to die for this. Die. Okay, there, thank you. So eventually you do die. But like again, you just spent the entire time just walking at the Sigma. And you didn't kill him because he's a Sigma. And then like the Doom lives with 1 HP because you didn't shoot. And again, you could have actually just lived. Cover better.
This will protect us.
Alright, flanking, fine. That's probably not your preferred target. Don't be afraid to flash that guy, right? You get your first shot, then flash and go for a fan, right? Put him on as low HP as you can really fast. Because long fights against Sigma are not fun. Again, you just keep running at the Sigma and you ignore the whole team and ignore all the angles. Play cover, right? Don't run at the Sigma. Die eventually. In fact, generally speaking, forcing the kill in the Sigma is like asking to die later on. Like might as well be playing Doom here. So deep, right? You're so deep and committed on the Sigma that getting this kill will kill you, right? And even if like you're dead, you're like if you do kill this Sigma, you're dead. But like still might not kill a Sigma. Just kill the Sigma, you're dead. That's generally speaking not a good trade. Especially in rank. So like there is an argument over the objective value of a Sigma versus McCree and in like a team setting, but in rank you need to be more valuable than everybody, right? Consistently better, right? So as a result, training 1 for 1 with a Sigma is not.
Dynamite Fever is stuck. Reviving.
My ultimate's ready.
Hey, big kill still. Again though, once you get that kill, you went wide for the high noon, right? But now look where you are. You're staying wide and this will about to kill you. That's purely because you just didn't hug this corner. If you hug this corner, this Ana can just LOS you pretty safely. And then kill you, right? If she doesn't, well that sucks, but you still got a mini behind you and a mini in front of you, right? Aggressively push the flank or fall back and play. You walk into the point and you die.
This
Right?
will heal you.
This is something that like you have a problem with on your diva as well. It's like you just take a lot of damage. And that's as diva, you can just snap up DM and like not take that damage, but now you're using DM, which is effectively taking damage. Like as diva, you like sit here, like I don't know, you all in on someone for a kill here, right? On boosters. Peek out, right? A little bit, and then flash your DM as soon as it's stuck behind the corner. But if you walk out, tend to do on every character. Walk out, hold your DM, you're like, oh no, and then you take a bunch of damage. You either lose mech or have to burn and all your DM getting away, and suddenly you're out of the fight. So as diva, you didn't get punished directly as hard as this, like die, right? But it's still equally as bad on diva. I'm just trying to point out that like this is a universal thing. You cannot walk out like this and expect to like for the hug walls, your LOS healers. Right? Racer. All three looking today. Not sure how much you want me to research. I don't think you said that. I'm not saying. Great, yeah. Okay. I don't want to get really too into this. I just. Just like panicking all your pathing just like puts you walk at people, then you use all your abilities and then you gotta like be creative with the way you flank, right? And not because you feel Tracer specifically.
Heroes never die.
Hitting you right here, by the way. It's actually really. Yeah, see that, right? You're like, I need to do something. Blink, blink, nothing here, recall. you gotta break that impulse.
Score.
Affirmative.
So we're back in the echo now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The cavalry here!
Double.
Ever? Flopped, nice.
Howdy.
Alright, again, did you need to walk into this room? Want to do it? Like, you need to walk into this room? No, right? In fact, you can be all the way back here, and still be shooting the diva just fine. Right? Here, and shoot. That's relatively close. You can get around the roll behind you. There's another mini behind you. Right? But here, like risky, and then you walked in even more. So like, first of all, you're fighting a monkey or a doom. But second, you're gonna walk into the room, which is really hard to get out, right? Now you're surrounded, right? You've got a doom. You've got literally like 4 people around you, right? Like this. One as people want to keep them at arm's distance. What you want to do, right, is either threaten flank kills with flashbang or flank holding the flashbang, so that way it's hard for people to contest you, right? You have the flashbang in the room trying to contest you, and it's very hard for them to do. But the problem is, like, walk into spaces, both cool and just to survive, right? You're not going to get a lot of value. Right? Not flipped so many times because again, you didn't have flash until now, right? When you already should have died because you used it by just walking into it. This is when you should be walking in because your team is at big advantage, right? And they got a bubble, so instead of shooting the bubble, just walk into the bubble and go for it. You can see him through the wall, you know? You can see through these, so you can see where he goes. Right, so not sure where the soldier is. So I can see through the wall, so like right here, that heal field, red, right? See right here as well. Yeah, you can see these, you can see. Not too hard to tell where people are in the room.
Now that's more like it.
Again, be in this room. Do you need to be walking deeper into this room? Why are you in this room? You're just asking to get dived. Get dived.
Put it on my
Also,
tab.
like, almost got the kill. High risk. Very low. Look where you are, right? Where you're being shot from, right? Imagine if you were here. Imagine if you were behind this wall. See the difference? It's a world of difference in terms of how much pressure you take. Back here, right? Literally can only, you can shoot, can't be shot by anyone else. Monkey's not jumping, you can shoot that moira all day, right? Literally can't do anything about it. You're up here, right? Safe as well. Down here, right? Safe as well. And you have 2 minis again, and a lot of cover to work with. Like, again, cover is so important. You've got to be thinking in terms of cover like you got to think of positioning in terms of cover, right? If you just feel like you're out of position a lot, it's because you're not playing like cover, right? If you're like out here being shot and you feel uncomfortable, it's because you're not playing cover, right? Gotta play cover first. You're walking towards them.
Need a doctor.
You're like you
I
almost
need
died even
healing.
with the double pocket, right? You literally got the amp and the mercy beam the entire way, and you almost.
Never die. Healing stream engaged. Teleporter online.
Over. Right? Why did you die? Right? It's a very, very straightforward. Right? Died because you were here instead of here. Right? You know they're gonna try to get to point. Want to try and stop them? I guess, but like, don't do it here. Like, and maybe the doorway of point for the flash. That way, when something happens, you can duck into the point, cover. Right? As the fight transitions, there's a teleporter here, very conveniently set up. Spot is cover. Spot is cover. And if not, like you can. Here, the enemies if the whole team is just barreling down to the point, roll out of the point. Now you're safe again. Work on being safe, right? Not safe here. Like, there's just so much crud around you, right? Like, look how many bodies and like particle effects are on top of you right now. You can't see anything. I can't see anything. I wouldn't know what to do here, right? That's because like it's really important that you're just not here to begin with. And then instead of like again like because you have nowhere to run, you're forced to run into point where the whole enemy team is because this bomb like again if you're right here and the bomb's there. Oh hey Lucio, I can shoot you now. But because you're with your in the middle of everything, when the bomb goes off, you have nowhere to go, so you have to go towards point where everybody is, and that kills you. Wow, you actually got rid of You really should be trying to get out of this instead of sitting in the middle. You're actually sitting in the middle of everything, and you're like, oh, this is fine. Like, look at this. Take the shot, and you're gonna walk into them. Like, you see this? There are no enemies here except for the Doom, right? Trying to get out and then fight the Doom if you have to, right? Get out of this room and not stay in the room. Like, this isn't a bar fight, you know? We're not all trying to hit each other point blank. There's so much crud happening. Yeah. You kill him 45 minutes. I'd like to point out, I've already mentioned at least 4 times when the Doom should have killed you. At least 4. You still have quite a few deaths. Still dead, right? After all that. Okay. Big things for you.
Victory.
Need to stop, or I don't know what stop, but like, I think you have a tendency to tunnel. You're aiming at stuff. Just walk at them or sideways, or just hold one directional key. On that, just from a mechanical standpoint. And also, gotta like get out of the center of the fight. Center of the fight is awful, right? You need to play the sides of the fight, right? And you need to play cover. Those are the 2 most important things for you. Sides of the fight and cover. Don't force flash beam value. Don't walk into enclosed areas just to get it, right? Just chill, right? Play away from the enemy tanks if at all possible. Make them come to you, and when they finally get to you, after you run away from them, then you flash them and they die. Because they just run out of stuff, right? Orion can only chase you for so long before he's out of shield. Flash him and kill him, right? Like, don't force the flash value. It'll come to you. Just place solid positions on the edges of the fight and naturally move towards you to try and deal with you. If they don't deal with you and you never flash, you just kill people for free, right? Eventually you just win. If they do come to you deal with you, right? Then you flashbang and you can defend yourself. But it's really important that you play cover and you play the sides of the fight. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and I'm here.